Hello, Josh. First and foremost, as always. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Can you hear my shit?
Yes, I can.
Nice.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I swear Josh is always the first one on these.
Me?
I can hear.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not you, Josh. Another Josh. He's who's doing the challenge.
Oh, cool. I'll just go fuck myself.
Sorry.
Hey, handsome.
Hello, gorgeous.
You didn't even look up.
I've already seen your majestic mustache. I saw you before you saw me, so go fuck yourself too, Bobby.
Love you.
I love you.
Oh yeah, Bob, look at our backgrounds together. You're Louis and
You're bougie. Oh man. Louis and bougie. Look at you guys go. Fucking weird.
Hey, Brittany.
hi, Carly.
Bobby, I'm high as fuck right now, bro.
Really?
Bro, let me hold on.
I didn't think you burned them down.
Where is he?
What is this?
This is how you do social media. This is
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Be yourself.
yeah, confidence is key.
You guys know I can fucking hear you talking shit when I walk away. I have a fucking $6,500 computer. Of course it's gonna reach my kitchen for audio. Okay, bye. I have Marinol, which is like that liquid THC that the Army prescribes. And so I was taking 2.5 capsules. And then they're like this size. And I was taking 4 or 3 of them, which was like 7.5 milligrams. And then after like a month and a half, I was like, hey, up my dosage. And so you up my dosage to take 1 in the morning, which would be 5. And then 2 at night would be 10. Well, I took 4 this morning.
Ooh.
So I got 20 milligrams. And bro, I could not work. Like I drove to work and I was like, what? So anyways, I took a nap in the car and then I woke up and I had the munchies and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. That's where we're at right now.
I love it.
That's a hell of a way to kick off the webinar. I love it.
Yeah, maybe, best one yet.
I mean, we kind of knew this was going to happen. Me and Josh might break the internet today. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for it. Me and Brittany are here. We'll witness it.
Glad we have the support.
Just edit out the dosing for me.
Oh, it's full send. As soon as I send this, it's full send.
Oh yeah, it's all in there.
Well, then with all that, let's just get this started.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. We're going to go over social media today, putting yourself out there. What better group to have today to go over social media? We have Bob. We have our social media coordinator, Brittany. We have Axe and Sledge athlete, Josh, who has already brought us laughs. So, great group here to go over social media. A lot of you brought questions, topics, gave them to the guys here, but just kind of let the conversation go. And then we'll go from there, answer any questions you guys may have during the webinar. As you guys know, these are all recorded. So if you need to hop off or you're listening later, welcome. And let's just get this started. If you want to start with something, Bob, and get us rolling.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
so
wait. This is a webinar where people are, oh shit, there's 29 people in this motherfucker. What is going on right now? I thought this was like a recorded. I am so fucked.
this just made it that much better.
Yes, 100%. Social media.
Bro, and they thought they were like, Josh, you know the internet. I was like, yeah, I know. I've never been on a fucking live webinar. Shows it goes to show.
Well, welcome to the show.
Yep.
Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us today. We've been getting a ton of questions, and not even just questions, but like everyone that signed up for the challenge may or may not have had, any experience with social media up until this point. And many of you not even having a Facebook account. So it was kind of, I think, like a little different for some of you to get involved in the Facebook group. So we have you guys here today just to talk about how to become a little more natural with like interacting with people on social media, and why it's kind of important, because going through this challenge, and I know many of you that are already in the Facebook group, you're seeing already how valuable everyone's input is in the Facebook group, from posting their actual check-in photos every week to posting recipes and things they were doing for their workouts. It's literally a library of motivation, right? And that's kind of how I've been using social media. It's how Seth has been using social media. It's how we've brought everything together with AAR and Axe and Sledge. And really what it comes down to is kind of finding your niche and being comfortable with yourself in social media. And 9 times out of 10, it's more natural when you are yourself, right? It just is getting comfortable with putting yourself out there. So, one big thing for me, I guess I'll just start with that out of the gate, is I was always very, very like I'd start to write a post for Instagram or Facebook, and I would either rewrite it 24 times or delete it and just never put it up, right? And it's always because I had a little bit of like self-confidence issues, and it probably had something to do with me being overweight and just not being very confident in general. And it's like, you think, hey, I'm at this starting point. How is me posting anything about my life, how is that benefiting anyone on the internet, right? Well, in reality, I feel like we all fall into someone's ideal look, ideal position, ideal job in one way, shape, or form. Somewhere where you're at today versus where you were a year ago, so that's where someone's starting point is right now. So you getting involved with the Transformation Challenge and getting involved with the Facebook group and putting yourself out there on Instagram is so valuable to so many other people. And you can help people immediately by doing these things, and you could just be getting starting yourself. So that's kind of what I wanted to kick everything off with. If you guys have anything to add on to that, or if you want to dive right into some other questions, Carly, whatever you want to do, I'm cool with.
Yeah, we can just jump into kind of what you were just going over there of, have you, and Bob, you kind of hit on this, and Josh, if you want to answer, someone asked, have you always been comfortable with social media and putting yourself out there? Because, a lot of the question I get is how to overcome the judgments of putting yourself out there. Like, when do you just stop caring and being yourself? Bob, you kind of hit on that with your transformation and what you started doing, but Josh, your input would be great too.
When you sit here and you look at like, how do you approach something? And then I guess you essentially, you look at social media, a lot of people have like a fear of like, oh, I'm too fat, or they're not getting the response that they necessarily want, right? Like, so we use social media as like an endorphin factor, right? Like you don't just get on and you don't make content and you don't post your photos. You don't get in these challenges just to do the challenge, right? Like there's multiple motives, and one of those, yes, is to want to better yourself. But like, there's for example, this challenge, like there's a $50,000 prize, and then you get to meet a lot of like-minded individuals who are hyping you up. So you're getting this good approach in a private group to allow you to be like who you are, and like, what you want them to see. But a lot of people are afraid to take a step back and just take that and go, okay, hey, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't want to do this because like, I don't want people to think differently of me.
Mhm.
Right. And like, then you get on these, like, that's where the fads come from. And then you see people on social media, like, Bobby can contest, I can test. I'm like, wow, you're not who we thought you were on social media. And it happens a lot because it's a fake, it's a front. But like, if you're just open to the fact that you're going to receive hate no matter what you do, like you could literally do by definition nothing wrong and you're still going to receive hate. Like that's just something that ultimately, like, this isn't the 1990s, right? Like we're not stuck in an age where who you marry is who you marry. And like, all of a sudden someone knows that this is your ex-wife and it was like the end of the world,
Mhm.
right? Like dudes have like 10 girlfriends in a month. Like it just doesn't matter because it's social media. You just have to take a step back and not give a fuck, literally, on, okay, I'm going to receive hate, but like, if you can't take that hate and like laugh at it, then you probably shouldn't be on social media. Like there's a process of growing maturely and like taking things in strides. Like I literally get fucking people making fake accounts of me every day or talking shit every day on social media, or people hating on the fact that I'm in the military. Like I just don't care. Like I just delete, block, and move on. Like if you think about it, someone wasting their time in the day to talk shit about you or make fun of you for seeking to do better for yourself or your family or whatever, and you want to post about it and show off, that's 100% acceptable. You can just simply block them, and having like the mentality to be able to do that and not let it ruin your whole fucking day is like my per se step number one. I know that was a lot.
No, I mean, it's all very, all very to the point because,
I mean, look at Bobby. He's scared of fucking TikTok. Pussy.
I am intimidated by TikTok.
Yeah.
That it's like, it's so modern. Like I'm not up on all the trends yet.
But Bobby, think about it like this, right? You say it's up on modern, you're not with the trends, but what are you doing with your fucking clothing right now?
Yeah, it's trendy as fuck.
Right. And but you've made shit and you're making shit that is way better material, way better quality, and a lot better thought process behind it. Why can't you do that with social media?
I mean, I think I'm pretty good on IG. I'm trying to figure out the TikToks.
It's just part of growing, baby. We got to be able to.
There.
I told you to make that TikTok the other day. Yo, for those in here, I told Bobby, go ahead and take off your hat for me. Let me see that fucking. Look at this. Look at this. That is sexual, right? He could just make this super trendy TikTok sound where it was like, da na 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 na, and then he gives that whole little left eye look, scowls you, and then gets in his white Porsche and drives away. Bro, that would kill the internet right now. Absolutely kill it. But you have to be able to do that and be funny and be who you are and not be scared.
Yeah.
I think we, go from there.
Well, going off social media, before talking about platforms, because I mean, that's a question we also get a lot. Brittany, I'm going to let you start with this one. Coming from, this is your first challenge with Axe and Sledge.
Yeah.
Someone said that they don't have Facebook, but they're considering getting it now because of what people are saying and how we talk about it on these webinars. So, why should they just join the HWF Transformation Challenge group? Like, what do you see?
I think that joining the challenge group on Facebook is so motivational. You get to see everyone's progress through the entire thing. You get to read pictures. You get to see how people's lives are changing. And you can go on there at any time of the day and someone else is posting something. It makes you want to keep going.
Yeah, no, I agree. Bob, what did you see, between last year and this year since you were in both?
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of familiar faces from last year, which is really awesome. And honestly, I see a lot of people from last year that are giving a ton of support to those that are might be their first time with us or first time really engaging at all on social media. And everything I can see, it's funny because if you go on Facebook, you usually see a ton of shit, like a ton of negativity and a ton of nonsense. YouTube comments are just awful.
Atrocious.
Yeah. And what we're seeing in this group, I've never seen so many positive things, and people really going out of their way to not just like give their opinion or advice on something, but give like a link to like an article or a link to a coach or a link to recipes, whatever it may be. People are actually taking this time in the evening or over their break, whatever it is, and that we're legitimately helping each other. And that was our big takeaway from last year's challenge altogether, was how a very large group of individuals came together with a common goal and became this support system that was like unbreakable. And seeing what's going on in the group right now, I know for a fact there's 3 or 4 names that stick out to me that did not have a Facebook account. And I know because they have one profile picture, their bio is not filled out, they knew just enough to get into the group, and they're beginning to like and comment on things now and lend their hand as well. So,
It becomes like a big family. It's like a huge family.
That's exactly right. And I think it's a tough thing to break into the social media world, but guys, I mean, this is the direction the world's going in. This is how we communicate. This is how we do everything now. And it's got to be part of the social system. And I think it's a no better time to get involved than a really great cause to better yourself. So
Austin has a question, and he goes, at what point would you consider oversharing? Obviously you want to connect with people by sharing some personal stuff that might motivate you or something, but where do you guys draw the line for personal info? And I mean, like, dog, like everybody's line is different, right? Like some people want to overshare, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then some people just share what they want you to see, right? Like there's no, like, I mean, at this point on the internet, there's no such thing as like TMI. I mean, you're not putting your social security number out there like that, but like at this point, like I think that like some people have lines, but other people are just like, yeah, that's a little too, like, you're not going to post like nudity and stuff like that, but it just, there's, you have your own line. That's not like, I guess a question that could be defined by one of us, because Carly will go off and fucking slap John in the face, and John will be like, I fucking like it. And then it's like, some people are like, oh, I would never post that. But, it's just, the lines are different for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely depends. And, if you're sharing because you want to share something, and like Josh was saying before, if somebody doesn't like it, great. They can either move on, or if they want to reach out to you, great. There's a block button for a reason, and just move on because you felt like you wanted to share something because that was, something that was meaningful to you. Like for me, my middle finger photos. The other day I got someone, they commented, they're like, you're 27 years old, you're still posting middle finger photos. Like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, sick, dude, block. Like, but that's me. Like, that's my attitude. And that's what I'm sharing, putting out there, or like whatever caption I have underneath it, that's just me. So, if you go out there, share a story, great, move on if someone doesn't like it. Or, social media is a great thing that if you're like, shit, why did I say that? You can delete it. And it's, it's gone. But yeah, anybody else?
Kim, go dick brooms.
it's my wife.
Yeah. All right. So Joseph goes, I answered a question to him. He was like, how do you go from someone like a CEO telling you not to post on social media? And then he goes, I was this in the Marine Corps, and then was told by my CEO it would keep my family safe. I'm like, bro, that's the same thing with like evolution, like evolving. Like the internet is not what it was in the 1990s. It's not what it was in 2015. It's not what it was a year ago. Like you have to be, like, just like in the military, like if you were the same dumb private that you were going through scout sniper school, and then you took that into, one of your deployments, like and you just kept that mindset, you would have failed or you would have got killed. Like, you have to learn how to adapt and do things. And there's nothing wrong saying that you don't have to like express your career. Like, you don't have to talk about it, but like social media can be completely different. A lot of people use aliases, nicknames, Susan. Like, for a long time, like, I didn't put my name out there. It was just Sir Jumpslot. People didn't even know my first name.
That's not your first name, or
I hate you, Bobby. But yeah, it's just it's an adapt and overcome, 100%, man. Well, I wouldn't even say it's an overcome thing. That's a personal choice, right? Like, you don't have to talk about what you did or anything. Like, you can answer hard questions, and people, like, just like when it comes to military suicide and deaths in combat zone, like, it's a very touchy subject, but I openly talk about it just because people have this like mass hysteria that we just can't talk about these hard things, and it's just a lie in my eyes. So you can share whatever you want to share. You can share your family, or you choose not to. It's just, that's a you thing. A lot of leaders coming from the military have that perception. But I mean, if you look at social media in general right now, like, special operations commands have social media presence, like huge presence on the internet. So what's to say that you can't have one, right? It's a very, like, I think it's a made up line that we have put in our head from like older days, especially when it comes to anything, not just the military, not just anything like that. Just like, we have this misconception that it's going to like ruin our lives or something like that. It's just, it's the choices that you make, essentially.
Yeah. Bob, I don't know if you want to go anywhere.
yeah. Yeah, I'll shift gears a bit and move over to like kind of how social media it's kind of a great tool to hold yourself accountable to things as well. I mean, and to maybe hold others accountable, like if they're part of your group or part of your team or a training partner, whatever that may be. I know, like, I love posting once in a while, like not just a story, like I like putting it on a post so I can come back to it, right? Like progress, whether that's a progress picture or a really great run I had, or if I had a bike test and I hit a PR, and like I like putting that out there. One, it motivates others that maybe aren't at the same fitness level as me. And then two, it's something I can look back on. I said it in my post yesterday. I tallied all my training totals for January, which was fucking ridiculous. But often we don't look back on where we came from, 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. And, you might be stuck in this rut where you're like, man, I'm not losing weight. I'm not making this progress. And it's like, well, shit, like 4 weeks ago, I posted that picture with my brother-in-law, and I had like a double chin there. And like, I don't really have that now. And like, you know what I mean? Like, these things are really great at holding you accountable. Same on the other side of things. Like, it's great at holding you accountable for doing things that are outside what you should be doing. Like, especially if you're on this weight loss journey. Like if I ate like 2 or 3 pizzas on Sunday and had like a 6-pack, and then like a couple of days later, I revisit that story. I'm like, fuck, like I need to get back on my shit. Everyone in the group posted how great of a weekend they had. They had great weigh-ins on Monday. I'm like, damn it, accountability, right? And as you like start to get traction with these types of things, and people take notice of you posting your workouts and all that stuff, it holds you even more accountable, because now it's like you had this month-long stint of like posting your workouts, being super positive, and then like you don't want to fall off. I hate disappointing people, right? And I like to always bring positivity to all my posts, and I think the accountability is huge for yourself and for people around you.
Yeah. What I think is interesting too is Bob, you're very real about, what times you're supposed to hit, like what workouts you're doing, but also on the flip side of it, a lot of people are asking, how do I get comfortable with posting my off days on social media? And that honestly can be in the transformation challenge group of someone being like, hey, I had a really off day, like this is what happened, or even people putting it on their stories or making like a meaningful post. How do you step outside that comfort zone when you're posting something that may not seem normal?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to do that. I've been going live during some of my recovery spins at night just because it's easy to talk and it makes my time go by so quick. But I touched on this, I think like 2 weeks ago. I had a bad day. I had a bad day at work. I had a bad day at home. I had bad workouts. I was in my own head. Um, and it was little things that were setting me off that day. It wasn't anything crazy, but I wasn't going to go live because I was in like a bad mood. And I'm like, well, I should probably tell the internet about this. I should probably tell everyone how I'm feeling today because I almost never post any of the negative or bad things that
Mhm.
I think are going on in my life. And I ended up going live for like 40 minutes and like I was done my ride. I just kept talking about it. And I never saw so many people were like, hey, this is like the best thing you've ever said to us. Like, this is the realest thing I've ever seen. And it's because life is very real. Like these little blips in life or these little things that um, might seem little to everyone else might be really big deal to you. It might be enough to completely ruin your day for maybe a few days, right? But and it was all things that I don't necessarily share with my wife or I share with my family or my friends or my business partners. Like it's just things I'm not comfortable talking to them about, but I was comfortable talking to an audience on the internet for some reason.
Mhm.
And I think it's because a lot of people can just sit there and listen to me. I'm not looking for an answer. I'm just sometimes looking to just speak my mind and let it out of my own head for
Mhm.
once, right? So it's okay to go out there and talk about a bad cheat meal that you had because you just felt vulnerable or you missed a workout because you just missed it. You know what I mean? We've all done it. We've all skipped shit and have felt guilty about it. So I think sometimes being a little more vulnerable and putting those things out there just makes you human and makes things okay. Um, because I know the next morning, I even messaged a few people that thanked me for saying those things. The next morning, I had an amazing workout. I had a very like overly productive day at work, and then came home to like in a good mood. It,
Mhm.
it, it happened like that, and I don't think it would have changed if I didn't say something about it. So sorry, that was overly long, but I don't know. I get really passionate about those things because I'm a bit of a mental case sometimes. So I think it's incredibly important to talk about it.
Mhm. Josh, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, I mean, I agree and disagree with Bobby. I agree with the fact that it is very much a thing. What I disagree is that I think that what I wish people would learn to do more is be real.
Mhm.
And because here's the thing, like uh, I have fucking bad days like every other day, right? Like my bad days aren't like every week, every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like life at home isn't great. Life in the work isn't great. Like fucking most workouts are just not great, right? Like that's what a lot of us go through. And I wish more people would just speak about it, not just, you look at Bobby and people are like, Bobby, you're very successful. You have a job that you love and you have a family that you love and something that you have a passion for doing. He found his passion in training and cycling and running. And it's like a lot of people don't even have those passions. Like they feel stuck in like they're thought and told that they can't have bad days. You need to wake up and you have a good day. And it just doesn't happen. Right? Like that shit just doesn't happen You don't wake up and have good days. Like you wake up and it's just a fucking day and you're like, fuck, I gotta do this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where I'm at. Like I just talk about it. I mean, I'm like, yo, like I had this fucking done and I hated it, but I'm here. And then maybe tomorrow's better.
Right.
But because, people talk about it and they're just trying to figure out how they can budget for their meal prep. That's what they're focusing on so that they can hit their workouts, and they don't have enough, food to hit the workout right. And it's just little things like that.
Yeah. Go from there. I saw you answered a question, Josh, and it was, is there too much posting? However that question was worded. And I mean, that's something that, I see a lot. Bob, you may see this a lot, is there too much posting? Are there certain hashtags that you could be using? Is there any advice you would give to someone who's just beginning to post on social media? And let's say it's just like Instagram and TikTok. Like, is there a special number, or is it just like go after it?
So, like Instagram, like I don't post nearly enough. Like I probably post like once every week, once every 2 weeks now. Like, and it just does nothing for my traction or my following or whatever you want to call it. Same with TikTok, right? Like I do believe like as a company, the company should not be over posting and oversharing, right? Because you're posting a product and you don't want to saturate your market with your product, because then they're like, all right, fuck off. Like I already bought this. I already saw this 15 times. Like I don't need to be reminded about your fucking water bottle again. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. Like if I see a company spamming, if I feel like I'm being spammed, I will literally never buy their shit ever. Like it's annoying to me, right? Like if you have a good product, show it, post it, make a video. Cool. Fuck yeah. I'll save that shit. Remember that. Hey, what's that fucking company? Bro, they're badass. They made this dope ass video, instead of being like spam with it 3 times. And I'm like, yo, fuck off with that shit. Kind of being annoyed. But personally, I don't feel like there's like people like stories. I feel like you should share your stories all the time. Like talk about day-to-day life. It's not necessarily meant for like all these amazing, great posts. Just show like the raw funny things. And not every post needs to be motivational. Not everything needs to be, oh my God, I got a bicep vein today with a little titty pump. Like, I don't fucking care, bro. Like, just tell me that you look good. I think you look good. Great. I feel like there's too much pressure around that. Like when I make TikToks, like I just try to do something funny and it's not that serious and post it. I feel like if you're more original, like, because everybody can make anybody look really good. Like James makes some really good videos, professional edits, but at the same time, people just like don't want to see that. They just want to see you be you. And then you find, the people that you fit in with. I do think there is such thing as essentially oversharing. Like I'm not spamming photos of like me going like 15 times a day, because then I would just get sick of looking at myself. But like but like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the point where it's a little ridiculous. But I mean, like I don't think there's an issue with posting on like multiple different platforms. It's during the day.
Yep.
Because like TikTok will help this and help Instagram, but then Facebook doesn't translate to anything, you know what I mean? Or vice versa. Like you got to have like your different, just like it's like a marketing idea. Like you can't post the same thing and expect the same results. Like you got to change it up differently for each of the platforms.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think less is more, as far as posting goes. I mean, I'm cool with stories, like just a bunch of stories going up throughout the day, because it essentially tells a story about your day. But like like if you're posting every single day or twice a day, or like really reaching for like stop reaching for it. Like really, if it becomes or if it starts to sound like not really organic, or people start to think you're trying to be someone you're not, it's just a waste of time. It really is. If you really have to dig to like come up with something, then it's not worth posting at all. Like if you go to a sick concert and you have a sick clip of like Morgan Wallen like throwing down, then like I'm posting that.
Yeah,
that's where I'm going Saturday night.
I
so like
do
I'm probably gonna post that.
I do agree with you, Bobby. I feel like at the point where like you're reaching, like it's like if you're having to really think of just posting the shirtless photo and being like, what do I say? I just posted one fucking 3 hours ago from morning cardio. My name's Seth. What do I say? Seth, I'm only kidding. But no, it's funny. Like he does it on his story, and I think that's great because like he shows consistency. Like he's showing his story every day, and that's legit. But Seth isn't making some fucking stupid post every, like he's not making those like actual posts on their story. Like I post like maybe once a week, every other week. You know, Bobby's the same. It's just like I mean, and that's like goes back to the other thing. Like you're not allowed, like you're okay. It's okay. It's okay to not have good days and not just do anything. Like, and people just need to remember that. Like, just because you're not doing it, like, yeah, you can grow your organic presence just by being there. But you don't have to do it every single day.
Cool. Brittany, this is for you.
Thanks.
Some people were asking about, you know, what's the challenge hashtag that we were discussing like in the beginning videos, and then also hashtags to help promote Axe and Sludge.
So the hashtag we've been using for the challenge is HWMF Challenge 2022. And whenever you use that, believe it or not, I'm behind there. I'm talking to you. You're not talking to Seth. I'm talking to you on the HWMF Challenge group. I can click it and I can talk to you guys. I can comment on it. You can see everything else that people are posting. So it's kind of another way for you to get involved and see other people's progress also. And then for Axe and Sludge, we do the hashtag Axe and Sludge and hashtag Axe and Sludge supplements. And it's the same thing. You can click them. You can see what people are hashtagging for Axe and Sludge. And that goes through, even on TikTok, you could look it up like that too.
Brittany, I'm just letting you know that was really creative.
Thanks. I thought of them myself, actually.
I know.
Believe it or not.
So now
All by
everyone knows
myself.
who's behind it, Brittany. But yeah, I mean, Bob, do you have anything else that you kind of want to hit on, go over? Because that's kind of really all I have here and that you guys hit on.
Yeah, I mean, just one more thing. For those of you that, you know, are part of the demo crew, or maybe you're thinking about signing up for the demo crew, this is a fantastic way to really, like social media and posting and using certain hashtags like this. This is a great way for you to get involved with our ambassador program and to really start pushing Axe and Sludge products and pushing your own coupon code that you can legitimately like start to get like a lot of free shit out of this. You know, you're already taking our supplements. Why not promote the shit out of them and then get a kickback and get some of your stuff for free? And it's so incredibly easy to put these things out there now, whether you're using TikTok or IG, whatever it may be. If you start hashtagging things that are important to you, like if it's all like military inspired stuff or America inspired stuff, like these hashtags have a lot of weight. So, you know, if you put up a graphic of you getting a sick pump in the gym with hydraulic and you put your code in the picture and you start to hashtag all these like really cool things, your picture is going to be seen all over the internet. And the way that Reels and TikToks now can go viral without being anybody, like there's videos that are going viral and the person just signed up for that account that day. And implementing your coupon code into these things, like your code could be everywhere, and all of a sudden you start selling shit, you know, immediately. So it's just a little plug, I guess, for demo crew, but you know, it's a huge, these are free tools, guys. Like these are absolutely free to use. And I think it's a great way to build your own community. Like if this is something you want to do, you want to be an influencer, you want to be big on social media or start your own business within the fitness industry, great way to get started.
I would add to that saying that when you sign up for Dimmer Crew, and you know, some people approach it good and I would say other people approach it misguided. Like when you make these accounts or you have accounts and you have a decent social media following, don't spam the product or just a photo of the product, like make it something you do. Because if I see you posting and just posting repetitive photos of doing something, I'm not going to pay attention to what you're doing. But if you make it something that's like, fuck that, like I'm taking hydraulic because I want this fucking pump, like that's what you do, right? Like don't just make a repetitive post, make it a post about you, like entice people to want to take what you're taking, right? Like if you believe in it and you have your heart behind it and you're like, yo, this fucking works, like do that. Like it'll just help you grow organically. It'll bring more people to a brand that you don't even know you're creating yet, right? Just to want to be behind you because they're like, fuck yeah, that's dope. Bobby and his mustache, people just want to sit on it. It's just the thing.
That's true.
So
Right, Kim?
Kim, I'm jealous of you.
Yes.
There she is.
In all caps. She's probably sitting at home like, damn it.
Damn it, where's that mustache?
Daddy, stop.
I love so much that we had the most inappropriate pod or webinar out of all of these. This is great.
Oh yeah. And
I'm
kicked
sorry.
off
Is
great.
that my fault? That's
I
my
mean,
fault. It's all right.
it's like a split thing. It's like a 50-50.
me and Brittany are here. We're like, hey guys.
Hey-o.
Hey. But no, just
I
to
mean,
kind
things. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not
say-
even
no,
gonna say
I
it.
know.
Nope.
say
Nope. No. Go.
it. With the demo crew, if enjoy listening to me on these webinars, I kind of go over social media, especially a lot of people are just starting out. They don't know like literally even how to post, or if you just like want some ideas just to bounce them off someone. I do hold phone calls and actually Zoom calls with me. That schedule is going to go up in next month. So in March after the challenge, those are going to go back up. So if you join, you've been a part of the demo crew, you have commission questions, you can schedule anywhere from 10 to 15, 30 minutes with me and we can go over stuff. So I never go away.
Nice.
But yeah, that's it. Josh or Bob, you guys have anything?
If anybody has questions on social media or like, Bobby and I talk regularly or just about like ideas, like I bounce ideas off him or I'll just send him videos for sounds and stuff like that just to do. Like if you're, in this challenge and, you want to think of ideas, just, make a little group, find people within the group and start sending a message like, hey, what do you think about this? I think this would be funny. And then they're like, yeah, that would be super funny, or stuff like that. Like there's no reason, like you don't have to sit here and like think alone. Cause like, I don't think the same way, Bobby does, but I also have a different vision of how I think, the way Bobby should do things. And then the same vice versa. He's like, yo, this is pretty sick. And I'm like, yeah, it's actually pretty dope. Like you just got to be able to do that with one another. You got to be able to like break that comfort zone and, reach out to these like-minded individuals and be like, yo, this would be actually super funny. And think about it. Like if someone in here in this challenge is like super overweight, right? Like they're in the gym, they're fucking hustling, they're fucking trying like that, like people want to see that shit, but like, bro, like be you, like, we know you're like we know you're overweight, like you're trying, but like, if you're fucking funny, like show people, like put them in the dirt and show them that you're funny and you're doing the work. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like embracing who you are will help you get to your goal a lot faster than just trying to be like, well, I'm really fucking trying. Like we know, bro, we see it. Like it's very evident. Like you're doing good. Now just be funny or whatever. Not funny. Be serious. Be like you. So that's all.
Well put, dude. I don't got anything else. That's it for me.
Lit.
Me too. Brittany, you have anything?
And I do not.
Yo, did you put grass on the wall?
Oh yeah. Have you not seen our wall?
No.
There's a light and everything.
So is the pink casting couch still there?
The pink casting couch is still here.
Yo, just so
They
you
gotta-
know, I was the first one on that fucking
You
wall.
were, but now there's a grass wall. It's like a whole Instagram backdrop, basically.
God, I love
They
it.
got a
I love-
sick like neon sign now.
oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
can
Yeah,
show
can
you
you
guys.
Show
Here
the
you go.
internet.
Let me show you all my pink casting couch.
So work wives, what's up?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Cool.
So you have to come back.
Yes.
Sick.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their week. Finish it strong. Don't forget to post all those check-ins end of the week. I'm stealing Carly's glory right now because I heard her say it like 24 times. What else? What else are you gonna say? This was recorded, so I'm gonna post the link to this.
And you might
And
even be able to use a sound from it in the beginning for your Instagrams.
for sure.
Yeah.
Make a reel.
Real with it.
And I swear to God, if I end up on a sound, I swear to God, I'm gonna die laughing.
Cool.
Awesome, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.